And here we are for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Winners Tacklebox, and you guys just won $25,000 plus an extra $8,000 for Phoenix Boats bonus money. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
It's freezing cold. You said it's your first time you've been on the lake. Explain kind of your thought process. This was your first time on the lake, correct?
Yeah, this is my first time here, yeah.
Okay. And what did you, thought process going into the lake, freezing cold, extreme temperatures? What was your thought process for breaking on the lake?
Yeah, growing up fishing just river systems in general, knowing that a lot of these fish could be around eddies, they don't want to be in the main river, the main current. So we kind of broke it down and wanted to get out of the main river. It's blowing out mud. We've had a lot of rain, and we kind of fished the entire lake in practice. We bounced around all the way up here, all the way down to the dam, and there was one area with some cleaner water that we found and had a few bites, and compared to the rest of the lake, we're like, we got to make this home, and that's what we did. We kind of broke some areas down and slowly developed a pattern.
Yep. So in that area, there's cleaner water. Do you think the cleaner water had more to do with it? Or like you mentioned earlier, there's some deeper water access. You think it's just kind of a blend of all the right things that y'all like to kind of put it together?
Yeah, it was kind of a blend, and the cleaner water just was able to make these fish actually bite. There's fish just chock full in this whole lake. Those were just biteable fish that you could catch, and I think that helped, especially with this cold weather we had.
Gotcha. And earlier you mentioned you were talking about a jerkbait. You said that was the main bait. Was that the only bait that y'all used?
Yeah, we kind of used a few different varieties. One was a Lucky Craft Stacy 90 and a few colors that we used. And then he was flipping a jig in the back, and we had a couple key bites on that as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I caught some fish on a jig out of the back of the boat. Most things come on a jerkbait too.
Yeah. So you're live scope fishing in the front with a jerk. Was it mostly live scope stuff?
Kind of. Most of them were, but there was a lot of fish. These fish, when it gets super cold like this, they just want to suck to the bottom. All their bellies have a lot of mud on them, so that jerkbait kind of made them react and wanted to eat. So, but yeah, I did see most of them on live scope.
What about rod line? I know a lot of jerkbait fish like you. There's theory of lighter line to get the bait down a little bit deeper, or live scope stuff, maybe keep them up. There's a lot of rocks on the lake, brush piles. Were you going bigger line to protect on that, or did you want to go lighter line, clear water, traditional jerkbait stuff?
Yeah, for me, it was just typical P-line, 10-pound fluorocarbon, and nothing fancy. The water, when I say we found cleaner water, it wasn't clear.
Yeah.
It was still pretty dirty. And typically, we even looked at each other. When I first caught a jerkbait fish in practice,
yeah,
I was like, oh, is this even going to work? Yeah. And we caught one, I'm like, maybe this is it. So that's what we did. 10-pound, and the bait gets down there, and it works great.
Yeah. Old school jigging out of the back. He's live scope fish on the front, so it's kind of let him have the live scope. I'm going to just slow drag a jig background. Coosa River Special is just dragging a jig, especially in the wintertime. Talk about that jig, setup, just standard 7-foot, medium heavy type setup.
I was throwing on a 7.3 medium heavy. Had 18-pound line on it. Is a 3/8 balling out jig, brown with a little orange in it with a zoom chunk on it.
Gotcha. Awesome, guys. Well, y'all did obviously a really good job in the tournament. Won the very first ABT 100 of 2024 on Logan Martin. Crazy weather. Kay said earlier this is the coldest blast off ever, 14 degrees. Somebody said 12 degrees, so I don't know which one we're going with. But yeah. Either way, that was an intense day. Brutal weather, and you guys battled it and won. So congratulations.
Thanks.
And appreciate the breakdown. Obviously, a lot of our viewers are from the area, so they're going to probably use a lot of the techniques y'all talked about and try to repeat that. Hopefully, they'll probably do it on a little bit warmer day. They would probably pick to go fishing, but they'll probably use some of that techniques and come out here and try the same things for themselves. So you guys just heard an awesome recap by the winners. They just won $33,000 talking about that tackle, a jerkbait, and a jig. And you can pick up all of this tackle and more at your local Academy Sports.